Going on, Jeromes? Beautiful Wednesday. Time for a little Q&A. Thank you, everyone who submitted questions. So intermittently, we'll put it out on the community tab. Call out for questions. You guys are the best. Let's dive on in. OG Jerome, Tyler Johnston, guitar. There's a lot of speculation about who's playing where on the O-line. What's your ideal Week 15 starting five, and where are they playing? Why Week 15? I'll say Week 1. I love that it's an open competition at the guard spots. Well, I'll give two answers. I'll give Week 1 and then Week 15. I love that it's open competition at the guard spots. I like Ed Ingram. I think that he made strides in year 2. I don't think that strides were enough. I think that's how bad year 1 was. But, I mean, it's open for competition. Like, if he improved in year 3, great. I think they obviously do like Blake Brandel. I think the coaching staff has a lot of faith in him, and guys are allowed to improve. Hence why we still have some faith in Ed Ingram. But Reisner, I understand like black and white stats or PFF grades. Like Reisner was sort of pedestrian, but pedestrian was a massive improvement over a guard player for the Vikings last couple of years. So Week 1. I would go Darrisaw, Reisner, Bradbury, Brandel, Brian O'Neill. And frankly, I think that's a pretty damn solid offensive line. And I like it because it has the least moving parts. You have 80% of the offensive line from last year if you keep Reisner at left guard. And then Brandel swapping in for Ingram, essentially. So, yeah, I like that offensive line. Week 15, I don't know. Get Michael Juergens in there somewhere. Yeah. Put some lotion on his skin. Aaron Kindig. How can the Vikings hold on to Brian Flores? Well, I think the rest of the league is going to allow the Vikings to retain Brian Flores. And like I said, it's complete baloney. It's complete crap, man. Again, the fact that Flores took the 31st ranked defense, largely the same personnel, turned them into 12th, 13th in the league, and he got 0. Goose egg D'Angelo Russell. Head coaching interview requests, not even interviews, interview requests. His words, ridiculous. It's so stupid, right? And he's a great leader. He's a very good football coach. The reason things didn't work out in Miami, I blame Stephen Ross much more than Flores. And you hear all of the Dolphins players so you see how petulant the Dolphins players can be. After Vic Fangio was gone. Players posting them kicking rocks, literally. After Fangio was gone. But they all, to a man, have nothing but respect for Flores. And, like Xavier Howard said, well, maybe that's a bad example. But basically he said that they weren't buddy of Flores, but they respected him. That's all you need, right? And Flores, I feel like Kevin O'Connell and Flores play off each other great because you have Kevin O'Connell, he's good cop, and Flores is the hard-ass bad cop, right? Florida's going to get things done, man. And I think the Vikings can hang on to him. I think that given the lawsuit and given the clear freeze-out of Flores, I think that he might be here 2, 3, 4 years, which would be great for the Vikings defense. They will have to pay him. I think that he eventually will be the highest paid coordinator in the league, rightfully so. And I think that they'll do that. I think they'll do that very willingly, because I don't see an NFL team breaking the picket line, or I don't see Flores going into college. Like, he's never been a college coach, so I just don't see that happening. So I think he might be here a long time, which could be good because he'll have multiple years to build this defense. Plus, he's got a lot of great young pieces, so you can have guys multiple seasons in this Flores scheme. Glorious. It's glorious, man. Ray Petty. Granted, the Vikings don't have a lot of 2025 draft capital. Are there any training camp? Do we have that graphic? No, we don't. Are there any training camp or in-season trades you'd like to see the Vikings make? Well, all of my trades would bring in more players. But in terms of getting something, don't see a ton of spots where the Vikings are deep in a lot of areas, but also you just don't want to give guys away. But I feel like there could be a couple players that would have some value. if they are the odd man out. Lewis Cine and Andrew Booth Jr. are the two obvious ones, the first and second round pick respectively from Kwesi's first draft in 2022. Now, other teams are similar to the Vikings in the mama I can change him situation, and Booth does have talent if he can stay healthy, but he's clearly going to be the odd man out in the cornerback competition. Same thing with Cine at safety, especially with Najee Thompson moving to safety now as well. And I don't know, maybe a guy like Brian Asamoah, unfortunately, because, if they go three deep at off-ball linebacker, where it's Pace, it's Cashman, it's Grugier Hill, and they reportedly like Abe Beauplan quite a bit. So, Asamoah could be the odd man out there. So those are three guys where you wouldn't be getting a ton, but if you could get back a late-round pick swap, like if you're able to get move a 7th and get a 6th, or move a 5th and get a 4th, or something like that, or just pick up a conditional 6 or something like that. That may be intriguing for a guy that you're probably going to cut and maybe put on the practice squad. Maybe. Anyway, next. Hooper. How many more years do you think Harrison Smith will sign 1-year contracts? I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is the last dance for Harrison Smith, and they revised the contract so it would allow him to void his deal at the end of this. So if Harrison wants to keep playing, maybe they'll run it back. Who knows? But I think Harrison's at that point where, we're starting to get to one last dance territory, and let's make it a damn good one. And it's not that he's had a steep decline. Like, he's still really damn solid. Is he the Harrison of 2017? No. But is he still a top 12 all-around safety? Yes. I think he absolutely is. And I think Flores, using him a lot, is very similar to the way that Zimmer used him, setting the edge up near the line of scrimmage, blitzing, just being a menace up front. That's what he's good at. Absolutely. A couple of life ones. William Marshall, I love the show and your opening. Always made my son dance when he was able to stand up. Love it. What's your signature Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu move? Would love to roll sometime. So, I'm more of a Ruben-esque muscular guy with short arms. So obviously, triangle ain't my thing, which it's always funny to me. So it's like watching the Gracie videos. It's just like, and Henner's like, this is so easy because you're a 6'4" Brazilian, man. Come on. But all right, so triangle is always the struggle bus for me. I actually, on triangle day, or if we're doing triangle as a point of emphasis, so I generally roll up my gi pants. I'll slightly roll them up because I like to grab my ankle with some things. And specifically on triangle day, I'll unroll my pants. And I order my pants slightly longer specifically for this, because when I do triangle, especially if it's like a substantial opponent, I have to grab my pants because I can't reach my ankle. So that's just one of those adaptations to make things work. But I hate triangle. Favorite move? All right, so again, since I'm sort of Ruben-esque, I just sort of lay in side control, because even opponents my size, I feel like I'm dense enough and have good enough balance to be able to still maintain control, even with a even sized opponent or even slightly larger than myself. But smaller opponents, it's a wrap. And it's great because I can rest. It's really good. But other than that, Kimura. Kimura is the obvious one. Whether from guard or from side control. Americana's up there too. I like doing omoplatas. I'm not good at it because, again, the whole limbs thing, but yeah, it works out. But it's really fun. It's a good workout. It's good camaraderie. Like you're finding your pirate crew at your dojo, as well as it's good for practical self-defense, especially the standing stuff. It's good. Lastly, Nugs. Closing on my first house on Friday. Congratulations. I can't wait to experience this with my wife. What was it like buying your first house? Any lessons you could pass on? If not, all good. I love the show. Hey, thank you. First houses are fun, right? So Also, so I feel like a lot of young people, maybe not lately with the market, but I feel like a lot of young people, like the last 10 to 15 years, just bought McMansions. And like that's the house that they're going to live in. I actually really like that we bought a smaller house first, and then moved up to the house we're in now, because you got to work out a lot of kinks, right? And with houses, things will go south. Like the furnace will go out in the winter, the AC will go out in the summer. It is what it is. That's what happens, man. But get an inspection if you can. And I understand like the house buying process. Like things got really crazy where they were doing 20% over asking and no inspection and X% in cash. It's just but get an inspection afterwards, after the fact. Even if you have to go that route, just so you know what you're looking at, like, because there's a lot of problems with houses that you don't see, and so it's sort of out of sight, out of mind. Like what's going on with the septic? What's going on with the foundation? Do you have a sub pump issue? Was there an unauthorized or uncontracted alteration to like some of the footings or something like that? Or also watch. So it's really nice and gratifying to do DIY stuff, but also know your limitations. Like if you're not comfortable being on a roof, don't go on the roof, right? Or you're not as good at plumbing as you think. That's all. Like, so I know my limitations. Like I can build a couple things. I can do electrical. That's my jam. Plumbing, I'm fair to midland. Like I could replace a sink. That's about it. I can't install a toilet. I'm not gonna be able to retile a shower or anything like that. So yeah, just know your limitations there and know when to get professionals in there to do things. But other than that, like it is so satisfying. Like you could have lived with your wife in like an apartment or like rentals. It's different when it's your house, right? Like it's such a dick dragger. Like painting's the worst, by the way. That's something that I outsource. So when we moved into our second house, basically the wife just wanted everything painted, right? And I was fine with that, but I was not going to paint. So we saved up and we spent on CertaPro, which they're fantastic. They're really, really good. They do one day thing, but like if you put a coat of paint in your house, or if you put down some new flooring, or if you just put together an IKEA shelf and it looks really good in a corner of the room, and you just feel this sense of satisfaction that you just don't get with a rental, right? Because it's yours. Like this is your place. This is your home. This is where you're gonna put down roots. This is where you're gonna have kids and family and all that stuff and make memories and stuff. And there's headaches involved with everything, but also there's a lot of pride involved, like mowing your own lawn, doing your own landscaping. Also stupid things like putting down mulch. Like when I was younger, I didn't think about mulch. Now I think about mulch all the time. Nothing makes a house pop like some red mulch. Not gonna lie. Yeah, there you go. But congratulations and good luck to you guys. But that's it. That's Q&A for this beautiful Wednesday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.